Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to have you back. If this is your first time of joining us, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. In this video, I had a conversation with my friend who is working as a nurse in the UK. In UK, she got a job as a nurse in UK. She shared the process it took her to get her license and her job. So you're going to learn if this is what you're looking for. So please sit down and enjoy the content. Thank you. Hey, good morning, Ugochi.
Yeah, good
Hey,
afternoon.
it's afternoon on your end.
Yes, it is.
Good to good to see you again.
Good to see you
Yeah.
again
How
too.
is the UK?
Huh? We are fine. We're
Yeah.
very fine.
What's the name of your city?
I'm in Leeds.
Leeds.
Yes.
Leeds. Yeah, heard of
Yeah.
it. Okay, so today we brought you here to talk about, the process it took you to become a nurse in the
Yeah.
UK. Nurse Ugochi, you're
Yeah.
doing well, you're doing great. Okay, so let's start with your background, from back in your home country, your study, let's start from there.
Okay. You already said it. So I graduated from University of Nigeria. So so after service, after graduation, we went for service. After service, we started looking for a job now. So I worked in Enugu for quite a while. I think after my service, I think I served in 2016 up until early 2017, I think. And so after that, got a job in Enugu and I worked there for quite a while before I relocated to Lagos in 2021.
Mm,
So Lagos looking for got a job immediately, like a month into I got into Lagos, I got a job.
mm,
And so I started before I now started thinking of relocating and all of that. So what you basically do if you choose to relocate to the UK as a nurse, first of all, it is only for people that are registered and licensed to practice as a nurse in Nigeria.
yeah. So going
So
back, you studied nursing, got your
yes,
bachelor's, and
yes,
registered as a nurse in Nigeria. What
of
of
course.
people that studied maybe a diploma in nursing? There's something like that, the 2 years program.
Yes, for those in nursing school, yes, it also applies to them because they write the professional exam, and Nursing and Midwifery Council gives them also license to practice as a nurse. So
Okay. Is
yes,
this is this same level of license?
yes, it's the same. It's the same license. Unfortunately,
Oh,
unfortunately, anyone.
okay. So somebody that studied
So
5 years nursing in Nigeria,
yeah,
or
we
someone
did.
that did it for
For
2 or 3
me, it was
years.
yeah. For me, it was university now, so 5 years. But School of Nursing is 3 years.
Okay. Wow,
Yeah, so
interesting.
School of Nursing is 3 years.
But you
So
eventually get same license.
we eventually get same license.
Oh,
The only advantage is probably in Nigeria. In Nigeria, if you get into federal government work in Nigeria, they will not place you above the other person. That's the only advantage. Which, of course, Nigeria is great and good. So so yeah, but when we all leave and come to this place, yeah, we're all basically the same thing.
okay, licensed from Nigeria, licensed from your home country. So first thing first is to you studied in your country, got
Yeah.
licensed. Okay. So how do you now get your documentations for
So the
UK?
yeah, so the
That's the
first
same
thing you
process.
yeah, yes. So the first thing you do once you decide that you want to relocate to the UK is to start your application with the NMC Council, NMC UK. So their website is just nmc.uk.
Okay.
You don't even need to look for it. Just go to Google and type Nottingham Midwifery Council UK. They always pop up in immediately.
Okay.
So once you open, you start, you see where they will say register as a new user, and then you just start your application immediately. So once, but before you start doing that, get your passport because they are going to ask you for your passport details. You can't be
Yeah.
planning to relocate and you don't have your international
I
passport.
remember that's the first thing I did before coming to
That's
Canada. I got
that's it.
international passport to even write IELTS passports, you know?
Because exactly, you can't even write IELTS without passports.
Yeah.
So you need your international passport first. And then once you get that, you have that already, you start your application. And then the next step after you started your application is verification, because NMC UK wants to know if you are really licensed to practice as a nurse in Nigeria. So they are going to ask you for verification, and that verification, it is NMC Nigeria that will
Mm,
send it to them directly, not you. You're not doing anything. So the only thing you are to do at that point is to pay NMC Nigeria to send the message for you.
okay.
So these days it's pretty easy. Those that left for the UK some years ago, it was hard for them because it was done manually.
Okay.
So it could take as long as 3 months just to do verification.
Yeah.
So, but finally, it can now be done online. You just go to NMC Nigeria website and do it online. Once
Mm,
you pay them online, you just 2 days maximum.
mm,
You get it done. Mine was just 2 days as well. So it's
okay.
just 2 days. They send it across for you, and you are verified.
Mm,
So once NMC UK gets your verification, they will now tell you to. Then the next step is for you to pay your application fee,
okay.
and the application fee is £140. So once you pay that, you are now eligible to write the computer-based test.
Okay.
So, but what most of us do before we go write this computer-based test is to write our IELTS, because IELTS can be very wonderful and tricky. At least CBT is still, the questions you get in your CBT are still questions that you're familiar with
Okay.
if
Okay. The
you are
CBT
really
questions, yeah, related
yeah,
to nursing.
nothing based questions. So there are questions you're familiar with. So it's not something, it's not for me, I don't know for another person, for me is not a hard thing to cross by.
Okay.
So but where the major work is was for me was the IELTS. So for nurses, they expect us to write IELTS academic, and they expect us to have band 7 on all except writing. Writing they can go with 6.5,
Okay.
band 6.5. So and sometimes it can be difficult for a lot of persons. So it can be difficult for a lot of persons,
Yeah, that
but
IELTS is a hurdle for someone to prepare for.
yeah, that IELTS
Mm.
is a hurdle for a lot of people. I know a friend that wrote IELTS 4 times.
Yeah, I wrote twice to get what I wanted. Yeah.
I also wrote twice. I think in the first one I wrote, the problem was reading. I got reading 6.5, but
Yeah.
I got the others, so I had to write again.
Mm.
So that was it. So once we get past the hurdle of IELTS, that's when you do your CBT. The reason why we actually do IELTS first, you have to tackle and get your IELTS first, is because if you write your CBT and you take a lot of time trying to write your IELTS, CBT expires in 2 years. So they
Okay.
tell you that after 2 years, if you don't start practicing in the UK, 2 years
Practicing.
after you,
Oh,
if you don't start practicing in the UK, 2 years after you wrote your CBT, you have to
right.
write it
Another
again.
one. Mm.
So that's why we just leave it and tackle IELTS. So because for some people it takes a long time for them to just write IELTS. Because for me, I wrote my first IELTS in March last year. So when I didn't get the reading, I have to go back again, start reading, start getting myself prepared to do it again, which I eventually did in June. Yeah, ending of June. So you see the time that it took. You see the time that it took. So after I got my IELTS result and everything was fine, I went ahead and paid my application fee of £140 and registered for the CBT exams. So paid wrote my CBT on the August 30th of last year. So on the CBT computer-based test, as immediately you're done, you're seeing your results immediately. So you just print it out
instantly. Yeah.
Exactly. So you just see where your fit is. So I wrote it for the two of them. I passed, and then I started looking for job. As
So
I
that's
left
the next
that
stage. After
yes, that's the next
you
stage.
verified, you've done your CBT, you are now in their
Exactly.
system. You are now in their system.
Yes, definitely. So the next step after you're done with your CBT is to look for a job. Now, there's a little bit of changes I would like to add. The little bit of changes here is that if there's anybody close to me or anyone close to me that is planning to come here, I'll tell the person to write your IELTS first. When you've gotten your IELTS, start looking for job while you're preparing for your CBT. The reason is because I'm going to find the article and send to you, so you put it in the description box of this video. There seems to be a kind of talk or rumor that the window of employing international nurses will be closing down or will become even more narrow than ever before. Because another thing is that while it's now a lot of persons are getting frustrated about getting a job as a nurse in the UK because World Health Organization puts Nigeria on a red list. It's not just Nigeria, but many countries in West Africa. They put them on the red list. So they said that what that red list means is that they said the health workers in this country are not enough. That all of them are disappearing to overseas. So
who asked them? Who asked them?
So that is the problem. So you find out that even when you're looking for a job, there are some places that you would apply. Once they see Nigeria, they don't even want to look at what you have. They'll tell you no, that you are from the red list country. So a lot of hospitals trust in the UK do not take candidates or take nurses from Nigeria, Ghana. I don't have the list on top of my head, but there are quite a number of them. They don't take nurses from there anymore. So you have to actually look for those ones that don't mind taking nurses from them. And another thing is that you're going to see, when looking for a job, you're going to see a lot of agencies that are recruiting. You're going to see a lot of agencies online that will tell you recruit. Unfortunately, you cannot apply to those agencies because if you are from Nigeria and any of those countries, agencies will not employ you.
But that's currently now, not
currently now. No, even when I did, that was happening. It was happening at that time I did. So
that was directly.
That's one of the reasons it took a long time because I started looking for a job in August last year, and I got a job in April this year.
Okay, so you go directly to the hospital.
Exactly, you have to apply directly to the hospital. So now, what this NHS the ones that don't mind recruiting from Nigeria, what they say to the WHO is that we didn't go hunting for these people. They came to us.
Okay.
And they are qualified to work with us, and we are running shortage of staff, so we employ them.
Okay, so apply directly.
And the trust I can remember right now that don't mind taking from Nigeria and the red list countries is Scotland.
Okay.
Scotland, Leeds, Birmingham.
Okay.
So they have different NHS trusts in this place.
Okay, NHS trust in those cities. Okay.
Yeah, Birmingham, Oxford.
Okay. Okay,
London,
so if they're able
London
to
as
apply
well.
directly to those trusts,
Yes, you have to apply directly
so
to
they
those
can
trusts.
skip agency and go directly to those trusts.
Yeah, you don't need agency at all. So
And
you have to apply.
that's how you got your job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and there is this website that they can go to is track.jobs.
Okay, we'll put that on the description box.
Yes, so track.jobs. You see a lot of adverts on there, and also on Indeed. Okay. I think they Indeed.com. They have a website. They have an app.
Yeah, Indeed is popular. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very popular. So these are the two main sites I used when I was applying for a job to come over to the UK. Yeah. So I would also add that whoever it is that if you're watching this video and you want to come over to the UK to practice, getting a job can be very, very frustrating.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was about to ask you. How is the job application process? Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember you would apply, you write, because they want you to write a lot of supporting statements. You finish all your English. Funny enough, you compose everything that you think you know how to compose, and then the next minute you see, unfortunately, as in the thing. The thing used to be very heartbreaking. Like, yeah. I thought, what all these things I wrote is for what?
Some of us start developing bulletproof. Bulletproof.
So it can really, really be frustrating. So you just have to keep pushing harder. I know some people, and someone chatted me I think that was last month or so. She told me she has started applying and she has not gotten. The first thing I asked her was how long have you been applying? And how many applications do you apply in a day? Because at the time I was applying, the least I do in a day is 5 or 6. The least I do in a day. No matter what is it that I'm doing, you always see me with my phone. That time my phone in here because you always see me with my phone.
You know the funny thing? Yeah? What they told us the time I was looking for a job, watch out for the next video. That's why I tell people to subscribe to this channel, like it, share it. It was my own legal job in Canada, right? They told us, people that were training us, they told us, see, all you need is one. So the number of rejections does not matter. What you need is one.
Exactly, just one.
That is one acceptance. Even if you get 5, you eventually take one to start with. Okay. So after the job process, so how is the visa application? How is that done for you to finally move to UK?
Okay. First of all, most of these trusts sponsor international nurses to come and work with them. So it depends on which trust that you get and what they are willing to do for you. Okay. A lot of them, some of them help you apply for the visa, do your flight, get you your certificate of sponsorship. Okay, because
sounding interesting.
So for me, my trust they only paid for our flight, and they sent us our certificate of sponsorship, that's COS. So we use this to apply for visa ourselves.
Okay,
So
so
once
either the trust applies for you or
some
they send you documents
yes,
to
yes.
apply by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some trusts even some trusts can even decide to give you back the money that you used to write your CBT.
Interesting.
Yeah, some go to that length. Some although my trust for my trust they only paid for our flight and gave us accommodation, but they later reimbursed our visa fee. The money we used to
Interesting.
apply for visa, yes,
Okay,
they
so they would
later,
have done it for you, but you did it yourself, so they gave you
yes.
back your money.
So they gave us back our money. I think that was just this month they gave us back the money. So
Okay, okay.
so that is it. So for applying, relocating abroad is not an easy feat. It's something that we have to do tenaciously. So
Yeah,
as you're doing it, you're also praying along. You're
yeah,
also
yeah.
praying along, yes.
I
Because I know
remember the day you chatted me. I can imagine like that day, maybe your head was full already because
exactly, yes. I remember chatting you up. I was telling you, please, what's the route of Canada again? Maybe I
I
should
started
change.
thinking of plan B. Think of plan B.
Maybe I should change focus because I
Yeah,
don't understand what is happening.
yeah, yeah, that's it. So how is life like there now? Like working as a nurse, living in the UK. How is it like?
It's been wonderful. It's
Mm,
been wonderful because I think what is even important in all of this is being where God wants you to be in.
mm,
Do you understand? So you find everything. It's not as if there won't be any challenge, but of
yeah,
course you are going to be able to walk through those challenges. So
mm,
because I remember all the times I've been trying to apply, my one of the things or the major thing I prayed about was that God should take me to this to for God to take me to the city He wanted me to be in.
interesting. Mm,
He wanted me to be in. And so, from all the things that I experienced, because this place I am was the second interview I got, and was the second interview, or the second people that called me for interview,
mm,
and I did interview, and in 24 hours they reached back to me and told me that I was successful. And so I was very happy, and they were very fast with all their process and everything. So I believed strongly that this was where God wanted me to be, because I prayed that prayer over and over, telling
mm,
God that I wanted to be in a place that He wants me to be. And
mm,
of course, if if you're a Christian, you should also know that living abroad, of course, living is already difficult, right? And but living abroad in Nigeria, we are still very much conservative. But
mm.
right here, you just have to be conscious of everything, and you also have to be spiritual as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
some people believe in Nigeria. You come from our country, we now drop Christ, we now drop God.
that
That's
is
where you need your relationship with
that
God.
is where you
Mm.
need it more, because anyway, this video is about relocation, so let's not go to
Yeah, yeah, but
so
it's really
so
helpful.
this
That's why I was happy when you started talking about it. Yeah.
yeah, so this is actually where you need it more. This is where you need it more. This is where you need that your relationship with God more. This is
Mm.
where you really need to be more spiritual. So I don't even know the people that are talking about village people in Nigeria. The ones here. Hmm.
Is higher. Thank you so much.
They are in a different pedestal.
Thank you so much. It's been a nice time with you. So, journey from studying nursing in Nigeria, getting your documentation to the UK, searching for job, getting a visa, and eventually relocating to UK. At the core of it,
Yeah.
you talked about your relationship with God. It's been a nice time with you here. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it, share it, subscribe, and see you next time. We're going to be bringing other people, sharing inspiring stories about how people did their process of education and life in general. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hope you enjoyed that content. Please subscribe for more. Thank you. See you next time.